It's not anything wrong. You cannot. You can't convict me. Are you saying? It's not possible. I'm Nnamdi Kanu. Who's going to try it? Nobody can. They've not killed them dead to the person.
Hello, and you're welcome to the newspaper review for today, the 7th day of November 2025. I am a chairman Prosper, and I have here with me a political analyst by name Ms. Chidima. Ms. Chidima, how are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much, ma'am. So, Ms. Chidima, we know that Nnamdi Kanu is in court today. So, with the little we have heard about the court proceeding today, what's your take about this?
Yes, Nnamdi Kanu, we believe, was denied access to the courtroom with his defense files earlier today. But thank God he has been allowed in. I mean, I was expecting this case to end today, but from what we've gathered, I think they are going to move the case, final hearing, to the 20th of November. From the clips we saw today, we could see a lot of banters with him and some persons in the courtroom. But at the end of the day, even though the DSS made things difficult, according to what his brother said, he was still able to go to court today. Yes, but the fact remains this, that why is this case still being prolonged? I mean, this case is supposed to be something that's supposed to be straightforward, and the case is supposed to be something that we're not supposed to take this long, because it's no longer a criminal case. This is more of a political case. This is something that him and the government is supposed to come together and get a common ground and end. So while we are hearing that 20th is the final hearing, I just hope that at the end of the day, justice is served and everybody accepts the justice that we.
All right, thank you about that, Ms. Chidima. Let's get into the business of the day, and the first newspaper is Daily Sun. PDP convention, Makinde, Damangu, rally state chairman. Don't forget Kama Israel. Chairman tells Anyanwu others. This will be seen in page 27. Tinubu to Trump, we will defeat terrorism. Says government determined to build prosperous, inclusive and resilient Nigeria. We have opened diplomatic channels of communication with US, FG. US proposes airstrike plans for Nigeria. This will be seen in page 5. Governor Mba, Tinubu on mission to restore dignity, excellence of police, security agents. This will be seen in page 27. Health workers issue 2-week nationwide strike notice. This will be seen in page 25. Back to you, Ms. Chidima. We can see on the big headline, Tinubu to Trump, we will defeat terrorism. What's your take about this?
For the past how many days now, we've been talking about this Trump's decision to come and fight terrorism on the Christians for a very long time. And finally, at last, it looks like Nigeria just needed a little bit of boost to actually fight the insecurity. But although it's an embarrassing one, because it had to be, a president of another country having to, threaten Nigeria for Nigeria to actually work. And now I've seen videos of them saying that since 2023 till now, they have, they've killed about 100 and something thousand terrorists in Nigeria. Where were all these records from the beginning? Why the sudden release of this record? Even though we have many clips of people allegedly posting where some of the weapons used by these terrorists are being supported by the government, but a lot of that, even though they're not evidently proven, but at the end of the day, if the president has decided that he wants to fight terrorism, I just hope this time around, like I said yesterday, it is not all about talking and making it look like he's using it as a prep for the campaign for 2027 election, but he puts it into work. He puts action into it so that Nigeria can be safe for both the citizens and foreigners that are inside.
All right, thank you about your input, Ms. Chidima. So, but just to add a little to what you just said, we know, the terrorism in this country, the rate at which people are being terrorized in this country, today you hear this, tomorrow you hear the other one. We can see that most of these terrorists, they get to make videos with phones, post them online on social media. And this causes fears to the masses, because one thing one will ask is that what is the work of the intelligence department? Can't they track down these terrorists wherever they are? Another, I saw a video of a man saying that, allegedly saying that the military personnel in this country are compromised, that most times they work with these terrorists hand to hand. But that has not been verified yet. So let's just believe that with what the president has said, that he will fight terrorism, he will do that. Let's go over to the next newspaper. Vanguard. Electricity. Operators pushes for gradual transition to cost-effective tariff. This will be seen in page 19. Anambra Showdown 2025. Anxiety at Soludo, 2 women, 13 others test might tomorrow. This will be seen in page 14. Mba Fubra Abiodun worry over deployable state of police training college. This will be seen in page 7. Alleged Christian genocide. US Congress targets Meiti Allah for visa ban, asset freezes. This will be seen in page 5. PDP crisis. Damango tightens grip as state chairman disown rival leadership. This will be seen in page 9. Back to you, Ms. Chidinma. Like we know, tomorrow is a gubernatorial election in Anambra State. What's your take about the election and the number of security personnel that have been deployed to the state?
Anambra State for the past 20 years has been governed by either the ABGA or PDP. So now I feel like it's a time for change for them, depending on who wins the election tomorrow. And not just for them. I think it's a time for the new INEC chairman to prep up for the main event that will be happening in 2027. Now, I heard that they've deployed over 40,000 police officers to Anambra State for the security of the election. Sending them is not a problem. If the government feels that it is needed, then fine. But at the end of the day, I hope they are equipped enough to prevent thugs from coming in and taking away the INEC documents and votes bags and every other thing. But at the end of the day too, I would always say that if we have a good government, the election is not supposed to be something that is going to be so scary, because some persons are scared to come out to vote due to the insecurity. But I hope that this new INEC chairman has made up a plan, mapped out a plan to avoid this insecurity, because every time they go for election, you see them shooting and all those other things. And then a big congratulations to whoever wins the election. If Soludo wins, congratulations to him. If any other person wins, congratulations to them, because tomorrow is going to be a very massive one in Anambra State.
All right, let's go. So thank you about your input, Ms. Chidinma. So about this whole Anambra State election, we know that tomorrow enough security has been placed on ground. But one question is the state going to be secured? Because most times you ask all these things that happen during elections, are they sponsored by individuals or by government or political parties or political parties? Because we saw the IG of police warning the IPOB members and all not that they should not boycott the Anambra State election. And also, we also saw the INEC chairman saying that this is his first test, like the Anambra State election will be his first test. So, I just pray that tomorrow Anambra experiences a free and fair election. Let's go over to the next newspaper. The Guardian. Yoruba Ronu urges Tinubu to address Nigerians on genocide. US threats. This should be seen in page 3. FG bars sales of FAAN assets, approves airport concession, biometric upgrades. This will be seen in page 3. Old battles linger amid new threats, fight for survival, truth. This will be seen in page 4 and 5. 68% of electricity consumers bypassing prepaid meters (FG). This will be seen in page 2. Tinubu vows to defeat terrorism as US plans military options. This will be seen in page 6. Back to you, Ms. Chidema. The issue of electricity has kind of been a lingering one, but we've seen on the papers today the federal government saying that 68 of electricity consumers bypass the prepaid meter. What's your take about this, man?
They said 68% of the electricity consumers are bypassing, and why have they not told us the reason? And that is because the tariff is expensive. Am I supporting the Nigerians for bypassing? No. Why? Because that is somebody's business. But at the end of the day, you cannot expect somebody to be paying money for something that is very expensive. I mean, imagine buying light of 5,000 naira and you cannot use it for 3 days. Who is losing? So if they are bypassing because you feel like you are losing, if they're not bypassing, you are losing and they're not. You are gaining and they are losing. So if they want to actually fix people and reduce this bypassing that people are doing, they should reduce the price of the tariff. I mean, it's very expensive. How will you have money and then you go and pay for light and you're not getting your lights? Now they have divided the electricity to band A, band B, band C, where they say okay, band C is for people that we hardly have lights. Least they have light is 2 hours in a day. Then band A, they have lights for like 7 hours, 8 hours. Not like the even light is constant. Yes, bypassing is a bad thing. I don't support illegal acts. If there is a law that arrests people that bypass, fine. But the electricity holders, the people in charge of the electricity in Nigeria, should minimize the amount paid for this tariff because it's too expensive. And when things become too expensive and citizens tend to suffer, they tend to look for the easiest way to go. Because if you make me pay too much for something that I'm not even gaining from, I mean, I'll look for another source to gain what I want. And that is why consumers keep bypassing, and they will keep on bypassing if the Nigerian government don't actually balance the tariff with the amounts they've paid for it. So that's my opinion on it.
All right, thank you about that. This what you just said now reminded me of something. I remember that was some years ago in my house, in my very house. Our meter had an issue. So we tried to we contacted the PSCN people. These people stayed up to 4 months before they could even respond and telling us they will get a new meter. Imagine us staying for up to 3 to 4 months without NEPA light. So at some point, some other persons in my estate had to just start bypassing, because I don't know how somebody will still have some credits on their meter, but they are not having light due to their meters are faulty. Most of these meters they have now are so faulty. And like you also say, you might buy a unit of 5,000 but by the time you just plug few appliances, everything has gone. Then one will now ask, is this safer or on this part, you will not. It's not like we are commending or those that are bypassing, or we are saying it's a right thing. But most times, what causes this is the lack of response from electricity companies. Most times, they don't respond on time. So meaning most times people just have to bypass just to gain light in their houses. So that's that on the newspaper review for today. You can be a part of this by putting down your opinion in the comment section. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our various social media channels. I remain your wonderful host, Achamanze Prosper, and thank you, Ms. Chidema, for the well-calculated analysis.
Pleasures are all mine.
And until next time, bye.